But having said that, we talk about these things, yet nothing seems to be done. That's because we are not talking enough. There's a culture in our system, or in our system there's a culture, whichever way you want to look at it, that says if you talk too much, you're a weakling. Silence paints a picture of strength. Many of us are beginning to think differently. That when you talk, that's when you even have strength. When you're able to say what you need to say. Now, how you say it is a different matter altogether. So we're not saying enough. Our justice system is such that it paints that picture of strength is in silence. So we hold it in. We pick you up, we dump you there. The media space in our culture, in Nigeria, is such that we don't even say what we want to say, and I'll tell you why. Media people here, please forgive me. The owners of the media organizations are themselves seeking for survival. So they can't say what they need to say. So a friend calls me and says he wants to set up a TV station, and I said, okay, how do you want to do it? He tells me what he wants to focus on news. And I say, okay. And you don't want to do government news? He said, yes. He wants to be able to be the voice of the people. I said, okay. My advice would be, set up this TV station outside the shores of this country and beam in. That's the only way you survive. In Channel TV in 2008, we were shut down for about 3 weeks. My senior colleagues were locked up for those 3 weeks. My laptop was seized, and I was almost beaten up because I was asked the password, and I said, I forgot, which happened to be the password. But why were we shut down? At the FEC meeting, the president said, I am going to share. And after that, I will resign. He said it, but it was not for the news. We heard it. We were not there. But a government media organization, NAN, got the news, and because they do a news marketing service, they sent that news to their client. Happened to be one of them. So we got it. And for us, that's strong news. I mean, this is a good man. The first president to say the election that brought me in is a flawed election. Now says, I am going to resign after I do. That's a good story. So we went to work with it. And guess what? We were shut down because of that culture of we have to keep it in to show that we are strong. The media owners need the government's patronage to be able to survive. So you have paid events, paid coverage, paid stories. Because if they come to the private organization and say, okay, businessman, come and pay me 5 million to cover these events here now. They say, that money is too much. But if they go to the government, okay, pay me 10 million to do 3 minutes of it, the government will pay because government wants to look good. So at the end of the day, how do we set up the media organizations in such a way that we can tell that story? Which is one of the things that, where I work now, that's what we're trying to do. So we'll give government, we give Caesar his own, and then we give God his own. Government, you want to look, we'll make you look good. But we'll let the people's voice be heard. We will go out to the people. Oh God, what did you say they did to you? Tell us. You tell us. We'll tell you, hey, government, this man said you did this to him. But are they chasing us? My colleagues were beaten up real bad in Lagos. In fact, if you see, I work with New Central now. If you see one of our adverts, the guy was saying, get out of his face. Oh God, wait. When behind the scene, he told the slaps they gave him. That video you saw, go move away from me, move away. Before that one, they had washed him multiple slaps. But he wanted to tell the story. And there is no insurance for the media organizations. Would that stop the journalists from doing what they need to do? That's why you find many of them are now streaming. They're streaming on all platforms because they want to tell the story. And hopefully, Twitter and YouTube will pay them for telling whatever it is they're telling. Are some of them true? Not all of them are true. Some are making up the stories just to get the clicks. So at the end of the day, it's a full cycle. Can we change the way things are? Yes. Maybe you have the capital to set up a TV station in a place like Ghana or Kenya or Rwanda. And from there, beam into the country and call 001, you're a madman. And then they say, where is that one coming from? He's coming from outside the country. And then they'll come and say, oh, he's not a Nigerian.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together